You probably have had this same thought. How do I get my acting career to the next level? Most of us default to taking another acting class, hoping it'll unlock something. But what if the missing piece isn't your technique, it's your strategy? I went to the Southwest Actors Conference looking for clarity, and I left with a totally new perspective on next steps to finally booking a co-star role on Abbott Elementary. Good morning from my luxurious and cozy hotel room. It's day 2 of the Southwest Actors Conference 2024. Today's the full conference day, but yesterday was the welcome mixer where we met a ton of actors and some of the speakers that you'll see today.
I want to head down early to get breakfast, and I also want to look through the agenda again because I saw the online version, but I think the actual program will have a little bit more details on each person, and then I can just know what's up. I do wish the conference was still 3 days, just because I travel all the way from California. I know it's super expensive to put this on, and it's expensive for us actors, the flight and the hotel and all of that. I've had so much fun though. If I can, I'll continue to come.
It's just before 8 and I'm already seeing a bunch of people out and about. I thought it was going to be the first one, but let's see who's here this morning. I'm grabbing a quick breakfast and heading to the conference hall right when they open. Even though I do have a VIP ticket that comes with front row seating, I want to grab a seat in the middle to get the best view. When you walk into the main hall, everyone is so excited to be here for another year of this amazing conference. Industry professionals and vendors, and in the back you'll find those vendors, tables from SAG-AFTRA, local acting studios, the Arizona Film Office, headshot photographers, and more. The conference started off with a keynote from Bella, who's not only a thoughtful casting director, but of course a creator of the entire conference. She guided us through a beautiful visualization exercise about our dream life that really touched me, and then demonstrated different types of auditions live. She gave us her process, her thoughts about them, and then pulled up volunteers from the audience to show her presentation in action.
Sort of improv situation. This can be speaking, it can be non-speaking. We are watching you, and the camera is just a fly. We're gonna practice. I'm gonna have my next volunteer Greg come up. So I'm gonna have you sit here.
It was not only inspiring, but also extremely practical. And that's the theme for the whole weekend. Next up is Kelsey Valletta, a powerful session on becoming an unreasonable actor, meaning you get rid of all the reasons why you can't.
We're gonna get rid of all those reasons why we think we aren't good enough. And you might be thinking that sounds great, but how do I do that?
She talked about self-talk, mirror talk, and how your mindset is often the biggest block between you and the roles you want.
Bringing yourself to the role. Has anybody gotten kind of confused when they've heard that over the years? Okay, what exactly does that mean? How am I supposed to bring myself to the role?
And co-stars can turn into wonderful opportunities, and they are one of those challenging types of roles to book because it can be one line.
Arian's session changed the way I think about co-star auditions. She explained how researching the tone, the pace, and the style before taping helps you blend into the world of the show, which of course makes so much sense. And I really needed to be reminded this because as a co-star, you're not supposed to stand out. You're supposed to serve the story. And that takes so much pressure off of trying to send a memorable performance when sending a self-tape for a co-star role. Sometimes being forgettable is exactly the job, which is totally opposite of what we usually hear. April broke down the business side, your type, the market, budgeting your life as an actor. We even did a branding exercise where some of us got up on stage and the audience voted on what roles they saw us in. I love stuff like this because knowing how you're perceived helps you package yourself authentically and book smarter.
I don't know if you know this now, but with it becoming digital, back in the day when I started, we may have gotten 50 to 100 people for one role. Now with this digital, when everybody across the United States can send in a tape if they ask you to, 5,000 for a single role sometimes.
Quick lunch break, I stayed on site and grabbed some food at the hotel restaurant, which was much needed before the afternoon sessions.
What I love about our next speakers is that they have formed such a beautiful friendship. Both working actors in their own right, one out in Atlanta, another one out in LA, doing the thing. And instead of viewing each other as competition. Oh, she books a lot in this market. Oh, she books a lot out in LA. Instead, they decided, hey, we're going to join forces and actually become friends.
So we're going to give you some actual tangible items here to talk about what you could do if you are interested in starting your own business outside of your acting career.
We dove into side hustles with Gabrielle and Sam. They gave actionable tips on picking a side hustle that works for you, how to use tools like Notion or Canva, and the mindset shifts around creating your own income stream.
Does anybody have a question for us? It can be about acting, it can be about money. Oh, wow. No.
Okay, I'll do it.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Belgica Rodriguez, and I have a YouTube channel all about my experience as an actress, tips on like self-tape. Shut up. Hi.
I was this whole time I was like,
I actually asked a question during the Q&A and got amazing advice about creating a course here with everybody that I already talk to normally on YouTube and being able to help people one-on-one.
You could have a course or a live class or something that you teach to a specific group of actors.
Yeah.
That is from you, that you charge money for, so you're not waiting for a brand to accept you, that you are making your own income from. So yes, the YouTube, Google AdSense comes in, but you also have your own money on the side.
Yeah, and
Yes.
I need that. And one of the reasons I haven't done that is because I've been here and I'm like, people are already doing it so good.
I don't have time for that. I have person on the Google for how to create a self-tape. Do you know how many people are already doing that? And who's at the top?
Yeah.
Then came the agent panel with reps from Arizona, New Mexico, and LA. My own agent was there, Angie Steger, plus Chris Saavedra, Carissa Mitchell, and it's so fascinating to hear all of their perspectives, all so different depending on the market they're in and just their personalities, their experiences, and a good reminder that there is no one-size-fits-all approach to representation.
Training. I look for training, I look for experience. A good headshot that speaks through the eyes is really important. And improv acting as well.
Improv's massive for me, and training tells me a lot more about who the person is as just their character, and tells me that they're a go-getter and that they invest in their own career. That almost means just as much to me as having credits.
I can tell when people are lying on their resume about it being a guest star or a lead, but I'm also looking for people that are interesting and they're okay in their own skin and they're not going to fall apart, because this is the thing you volunteered for is not easy.
The manager panel featured Becky and Erin, who were refreshingly honest. They share what they look for in clients and how to build a real partnership with your agent and what makes a manager want to invest in you long term.
When you first come to us, we ask kind of like, what is your 5-year plan? What are your goals? And we kind of try to help establish that roadmap that helps you design a successful plan to get to that goal. It is more of a personal relationship, I think. It's more nurturing, if that makes sense.
And agents still, and we love our agents, we depend on them and lean on them. Their sole purpose in life and their job is to get you auditions and run everything else by us.
Bella was back for the casting director panel with Jamie and Kimberly, and one tip that stood out was to watch your self-tapes without sound, to study your facial expressions and your body language.
I'm just curious, how many people do you guys bring in for an audition for a role? Like, I've heard it's like 25 to 50, does that sound about right, or is it more?
25 to 50, depending on the size of the role. If it's for a lead, it will be in the 50 range. But if it's for a one line, then maybe 20, 25.
So I would say the 25 to 50 for theatrical. I would say on the non-union side, I would tend to have to request a lot more. Like a non-union commercial, I'll send out maybe 100 requests and get 40 people send in a tape. And so it is a part of the numbers game. Like, I think I got all these great people, A, they decline, or they just never send in a tape. So I feel like on the non-union side, I have to really cover my bases and request more.
The day wrapped with Greg Finley, who shared his acting journey and emphasized something I truly believe, and it is to make your own work. I know not everybody will want to do this, but I have so much fun doing this. And he talked about writing, creating, and building opportunities instead of waiting for somebody to give you permission. This was my third year attending the Southwest Actors Conference, and I'll say it again, I wish it were 3 days long, because I come all the way from California, and Bella curates such an interactive, hands-on experience. You're not just listening, you're also doing. And my biggest takeaway, don't just work on your craft, learn your type, understand your market, and treat your acting like a business. I mean, I already knew a lot of this, but it just like really was hitting me this weekend. And whether you're a brand new actor or seasoned pro, conferences like this can fast track what would take you years to learn on your own. Of course, you don't have to spend the money and do this, but this will definitely make it faster. It's past 11 and I'm finally back in the hotel room because I went to go have dinner with a bunch of the actors, and we just had a great time talking and getting to know each other. And I have so much to say about the conference. It's so different every year, and I personally feel that every year there's something that I needed that I didn't even know I needed. But my flight is really early tomorrow. I'm home. Look at this. This is the program from this year. Every year, my experience has been that I go into it really excited, positive. I mean, we're usually in a beautiful hotel. It's Arizona, so it's gorgeous. I feel like I already go in feeling pretty good. And this year was so different from year 2, from year 1. This is the third year that I've gone to the Southwest Actors Conference. The lineup was very different. Every year, there's been somebody that said something that really like, oof, I needed that. It did not fail this year. 3 incredible women, really, they just made me feel valuable. They made me feel like me again. I'm really happy for myself, and I'm really sad at the same time because I feel like I've always been a hopeless optimistic, where it's like, it doesn't matter that that's almost impossible. I'm going to try and do it. It doesn't matter if I don't make any money. I'm just going to do it. And lately I have been feeling more realistic and more like, maybe you should just get your stuff together. Maybe you should just make more money and figure out how to do it. Not quitting acting. That's just like, something is wrong with me. I can't quit acting. Like, no matter how terrible I might feel about having instability financially or whatever, like needing validation through money, like making money through acting, I just can't. And it's really dumb. I've always felt like I am an intelligent person, and it makes me feel really dumb to think that I know for a fact that less than 2% of actors make a living through acting, make a livable wage. And yet I still want validation through money. So this year, the people that I absolutely loved hearing from, it started off with Bella with a beautiful visualization of your future self, which made me so incredibly happy. I've never had such a clear vision of my future. And then Kelsey Valletta, she has a podcast on Reason. She made me feel like, hey, it's okay to still be hopelessly optimistic. Sam and Gabrielle, look at all these notes I took. I mean, for there's everybody, I just took so many notes, but they were just giving me so many ideas. The whole context of their session was to make money outside of acting. And it could be adjacent to acting. It can be totally separate, but having a business or businesses where you make money outside of acting so that when acting is the up, down, you're able to still make money in other ways. They just re-inspired me again. I mean, everybody that attended the conference this year and everybody that spoke at the conference, it was so great to talk to them, to meet them, and just feel happiness and fun and inspiration from everybody. And I know this experience of going to the conference is going to be absolutely different for everybody, but for me, it has been great for the last 3 years. And I hope I can continue to make it for endless years, because every year so far it's just been so much fun. And if you're willing and able to go to the conference in 2025, I really recommend it. I think come with a positive attitude, come ready to learn. I don't know that this vlog really captured how much I absolutely loved and how much fun I had, but I hope if you can go that you do, because you can learn so much online, but there's something about being there in person and being able to like go up to people and say thank you or ask them additional questions or make new friends. It was just so magical. If you want to see the past 2 years, I've also vlogged them. I'll link a playlist here so you can watch those as well. And if you go to the conference next year, I hope to see you there.